my weighing up here, so doing that well, and that's actually what I wanted to talk about today. Yesterday I did a video talking about, my accident. For those of you who didn't see it, just rotator cuff, rerouted a tendon, cleaned up my labrum. Kind of sucks, but I've been doing this now for 12 years or so, and kind of wearing the old body out. I just turned 50, guys. I mean, hey, I'm not as young as I used to be. Something that is really, really important, and for you guys that want to go to the next level and treat your business like a business. And part of what we talked about yesterday is getting off the truck, maybe not getting off the truck fully, but actually having helpers that can go out and do what you do. Make the business not you-centric, but make the business centric to the business itself. Because so many of us out there are lone wolves, and if we get hurt, hence this, what happens? So what happens if I was me and a helper and I handled everything and this now happens? I'm shut down, I mean, I can sit there and manage the helper with the stuff that's on the books and finish that stuff up, but really can be just devastating to a business. And we don't want any of guys to be devastated if an accident happened. And I guarantee you, accidents can't happen. They can happen just like that. David Flipping's making a comment. You run the business. Don't let it run you. I totally agree. So today I wanted to talk about, as you transition into, maybe part-time or small time and things you can do to your business that can really, really help you and impact you greatly. And I'm actually going to show you some documents true, like from my life, not made up what ifs, but some insurance stuff that we did a few years ago that have really profoundly affected us financially. That's helping us. Now, one of the proudest things that I was able to do is we actually provide health insurance to our employees and to ourselves through Spray Wash. We're a member of Capital Health Plan. We pay half of our employees. We contribute half. They contribute the other half. It's not mandatory for them to sign up for that. And of course, the business pays for me and Tanya. And this is an absolutely great HMO. I mean, it's fantastic. This isn't crap insurance. This is the same insurance that most state employees from Florida have. It's good stuff. Really, really proud of having that. So that paid for this surgery. I went down to the University of Florida to Shands Medical Center, had this done. They're part of the network. It wasn't even like I needed a physician's referral to go down there because they're a trusted member of the network. I go down there. I mean, there's no forms, no weird stuff to fill out. It's about a $16,000 surgery whenever insurance gets involved. Sorry, this hurts. A lot of you guys will remember, last year, whenever my distal biceps tendon, it snapped. It just, bam, on me. Thank you, TJ Koloff. So anyway, sorry, I got it suggested right. Same thing. The surgery was paid for. That could have been, now on that surgery, it was a little more minor. I was out washing within, 2.5 weeks or so. I remember having the wand sitting here, being held up by the sling, much to my doctor's dismay. But, it only, messed me up for a couple of months there. This healing right here is going to be a lot longer, unfortunately. But going back to the insurance, so that could be financially devastating. Even that surgery right there was about $15,000. It was paid for by insurance, our regular health insurance. Now, a lot of us have health insurance through our spouses. If they don't work together, we get it through there. And unfortunately, as we did our survey last year, the state of the pressure washing survey that a lot of folks have seen out there, a lot of folks, unfortunately, didn't have health insurance. Really, really important to have. The other important thing to have, workers' comp, obviously, but as a sidebar, workers' comp sucks. You're not going to depend on workers' comp to live on. Workers' comp at best is going to pay you maybe 50% of your typical wage. Workers' comp is going to fight you at every corner. Workers' comp job is really to get out of paying workers' comp's claims, from my experience. It's something very important to have for your employees, but don't rely on that for supplemental income. I always tell my guys that, that's the true emergency scenario, having the workers' comp out there. Now, other types of insurance we can have. Oh, by the way, people may be wondering that my office looks different now because I am actually trying to take some time off and heal up. I decided to come outside and enjoy it today. It's absolutely picture perfect. North Florida today. We're low 70s. I'm sitting out here by the pool on the screen porch. Got some water flowing in the background. I wish all of you could be enjoying this life, honestly. This is the perfect weather. So other insurance options that we have. You've got like a supplemental disability policy like Aflac. And there's other ones besides Aflac. They're the best known one. And I don't mean this to disparage Aflac at all. We give all of our employees, we pay for one Aflac policy for them. They can choose which one they want. They can have either the life insurance, they can have health, short-term disability, they can have dental. There's several different menus on that cafeteria plan that Aflac offers you. We pay for one, and then I think we pay for half of a second one if they want it. One of my employees hurt his back a few months ago. Workers' comp, again, basically useless. Fought us every step of the way. His Aflac did pay him for a couple of weeks of supplemental. Helped him a great deal there. Now, the next step up on your insurance. So far we've got workers' comp we've talked about, which is, to me, it's a bastard necessity. You should have it. A lot of times you're going to be legally required to have it. It's better than nothing, but they're going to fight you on every claim you have. Second off, your health insurance, which, let's face it, I'm at a place with my company where we can do the health insurance. I mean, we can do the 401k retirement plans, which we do for our employees. We're very blessed to be able to offer that to people. But it's kind of a big deal. But get you some health insurance if you can, especially for major surgeries like this. Hell, old guys like us get out there and have a heart attack, and I wouldn't even want to know what that kind of money costs. I know one of our friends, Jim Tash, just had knee replacement surgery. Prayers out to him. Especially us guys that I never knew I had feet until I was 47 years old. Last 3 years, I'm slowing down a lot more. I can go out and work a double or a triple shift. Wasn't really a problem to me. So again, we're going back. Workers' comp insurance, health insurance. Then we have our Aflacs, like our this is my opinion only, no offense. Aflac is the cheap, common type insurance. Then something else that Tanya did, whenever Tanya, my wife, joined me back in 2012, after me operating the company for a few years, she says, we're going to get you some really good insurance. And we went to Allstate, Some of my documents say Prudential, some say Allstate. I think Prudential sold the policy to Allstate. I'm not quite sure how that works. But we got a true, we got 3 different policies with Allstate. We got a disability / accident policy. We got a SHOP policy, which is a special hospitalization policy. And then we also got a life insurance policy. Okay. So on these, and I'm reading what my premiums are. My special hospitalization is $131 a month. My surgery rider surgery policy is $68 a month. My life insurance policy is $70 a month. Now I have enough life insurance that covers a couple of years of operations on this company should a horrible, tragic accident befall me. And I hope it doesn't, because I'm really digging this life. But what has really paid off is this disability and the special hospitalization. When I hurt my distal tendon last year, and I knew we had always had this and we paid for it, I never really did anything with it. But so I'm laid up for a few weeks and I'm like, you know what? I'm going to call on this policy and find out what's going on. Call them up. They're like, well, absolutely. Send us in a claim form, send us in the documentation. And we'll have our adjusters look over it and get it out right away. Now, one of the things that happened, with them, and when I say the documentation, so here was one of the claims right there. I mean, I went to the hospital, got my records, I filled out their forms, all that great stuff. I'm always hurting myself. I mean, you used to be a running joke a few years ago that, what kind of cast or splint or whatever was Ray in, that week. Some of you old guys will remember this. Here's one where I cut. And I literally had a employee, we were in the hospital, believe it or not, and we were washing a stairwell, and there was not a good threshold on the stairwell, and I yelled up, I was like, hey, Vasti, throw me that squeegee. He threw me the floor squeegee. I missed. When I grabbed it, I didn't have a good handle, and he threw it from like the floor up on the stairwell, turn around, hit me in the eye. It's why one of my eyes is lower than the other now. I'm getting some sagging on here. But got like 5 stitches on my eyelid. Something like that was covered. Just tons of little things. But anyway, I'm digressing for a second. Here's where I broke my thumb at the fair. Here's where I broke my ulna at some point. Here's where I broke my ankle. And not all of these are in here. Anyhow, I'm talking to this rep, and I said, well, gosh, I'm sure I've missed so many of these because I just never, thought about it. I never really followed up on this paperwork. And she said, no, Mr. Burke, whenever your policy, became activated in 2013, you can go back, and since you've been a member in good standing and paying your premium every month, you can file back to whenever your policy started, whenever, your policy was approved. Now, keep in mind, these weren't just simple policies. Now, I had to go get blood tests and a health test and checked out by a doctor. This is where it's a little bit more detailed than like an Aflac policy that I could get online, basically. It's pretty serious insurance. But I want to show you guys some of this. And this isn't a brag, because I've paid for any of these literally with my ass, but it's extra money that's come in that's really, really helped things. Here's one, ambulatory surgical center, outpatient surgery, anesthesia. I'm not even sure what this was from, but if you can see that, that was a $22.53 payoff. Here was one for a fracture dislocation. This is probably whenever I broke my ulna on there. You can see fracture dislocation. Payoff on that one was $4,000. I was out hunting about 3 years ago, and I got bit by a tick, and I had something called, they called it a non-specific tick-transmitted disease, similar to a Rocky Mountain spotted fever or Lyme disease. They could never actually say which one I had. They knew it was making me feel horrible, and they gave me every antibiotic in the world. Hospitalization for this, there was a $5,000 benefit on that. Here was one for $1,400. Here was one for $1,700. No idea what that was. There was a lot of outpatient follow-ups on there. So, and I got paid $300 for every outpatient follow-up. Here was one $1,200 on there. That was for fracture dislocation. I think that was for breaking my thumb or breaking an ankle. Who knows? I've broken so much shit in my life that it's not even funny. $3,800. That was for initial hospitalization, hospital confinement, inpatient fee. I don't know. Oh, an emergency room fee. So something I went in there for the emergency room for. Anyway, what I'm getting at is this insurance is real. You know, this is a real policy. This is good stuff. I mean, you add that up, that's probably about $20,000, $17,000, $20,000 of extra money. Also, it's tax-free money. It's not counted as income because I've already paid taxes on what I've bought that insurance with. So if you're going to run your business with your body, make sure you insure your body. You've got to insure your body because your body is part of this machine that keeps things going. It's even more important to insure your body if you don't have a team. If you are the team. If you are the locomotive that pulls the train of your company. It's even more important to have some of these supplemental insurances so you can take care of all the people that you take care of. You know, and think about this. Owning a business is so important, and it's a heavy burden to own because if you're working with other people, it's not just you that you're taking care of, you know? You're supporting your helper. You're supporting your assistant. You're supporting their families. You know, whenever we added up, you know, what between our employees, their spouses, and their kids, I mean, there's about 21, 22 people that depend on spray wash exterior cleaning to eat every month. And that's something that I take it's very sacred to me to think about, you know, for these guys. And we want to make sure this thing keeps running as well. So anyway, just make sure you take care of yourself and make sure that you've got your ass covered insurance-wise. And y'all know, feel free to reach out to me on Messenger. Send me an email, info@spraywashpro.com. If I can, you know, tell you any more about this, I've rambled on here for longer than I planned, but just wanted y'all to have this information. I hope y'all are having as beautiful day as we are here in Tallahassee, Florida. So wash on, guys, and be awesome.